I am in need of God, the Most High, from the accursed Satan. In the name of God, the most gracious, the most merciful, and peace be upon Muhammad and his good and pure family. God is a refuge for them, Muhammad and his family, and a relief to relief. From previous research, it is clear that Darwinian theory of evolution is specific to post-Gulf life. This poses a major challenge to this theory because it wants to explain everything in terms of duration. Because the theory of evolution did not talk about pre-Gulf life. Hence, what he says is that this theory is able to explain all aspects of material existence after it is capable and powerful. Nothing started to change to her. Otherwise, according to the theory found in Aston, whether he is capable or unable. This is a basic point. It means that, like the Uriide particle, it should be generalized and not started to change anything into what the theory is. It is how a mother transforms what is inanimate into what is transformed into a living cell. This is the first thing or challenge. The second thing or other point is that this theory or hypothesis is what you think it is. This theory only talks about the existence of life. It means everything that has serpents, according to what was mentioned above among the kingdoms. The 5 kingdoms. Asa remembers that we said there are 5 kingdoms, Asa, the animal kingdom, the Nabatean kingdom, etc., on the Giza al-Sada page, pages 350 and 30. My condolences, this is a phrase that was Nat. He said the kingdom of Animalia, Nabatean, fungi, the kingdom of Farthesias, and the kingdom of Munia. So what world are you talking about? About the world of the living, it is the entire universe, only the world of living things for us. There are billions of galaxies, inanimate objects, and so on. Look, if you want to explain and sing about the Creator and the Creator, then you would like to explain what? All this chewing gum. And he leans against one of the rings of this clenched fist. Who wants to say that the scientist that the universe, which is only 5 billion years old, does not like when he gives my theory what the theory does? Explain some parts and explain what? All that inspires them. Al-Azza will mention this matter later, God willing. When you present my theory of a phenomenon, you do not want to explain what? All parts of this phenomenon. It is the separation of some visible parts. Did not explain what other parts. My theory is correct and my explanation is honorable. I mean, for example, if we assume the theory of gravity. I don't like the theory of gravity. We can all explain each statement. All the asteroids and stars in our abstract Milky Way. And it is explained on Earth. But when we leave the Earth, it is explained and not explained. If the theory is correct and correct. This is correct. My condolences. So we don't want to know that in logical terms. The theoretical middle limit of the evolution of types. He's very funny. Azan. Let no one say that it is the theory of the evolution of species. Can you explain what the pile system is? You can and you can't. You can't. And it's true, he didn't even let us explain what. Everything. How clear these dots are. And if he remembers the excuses from yesterday, we read. Is a clean day another phrase? He might say that this is an oversight. Darwin said, God is the creator. We read to you another phrase Mulan. Which is that he thinks it's bad, why this is not double-edged. It is how matter changed life into the what cell? To a single cell of life. He said he blew on it. The creator breathed into it. Why is it bad that the case was solved? As for why he does not believe in the creator, he needs a solution or does not need a solution. If no. I want this to be a new challenge. Why doesn't he believe in the creator? This meaning is also mentioned by Isaiah on p. 500. And 9 of my condolences are the most authentic ones that Ali and I have mentioned. We referred to it as an auditory translation. He said. It seems that I have 2 fingers and 9. It seems to be fodder for the authors. We are completely convinced of this point of view. By my creation, each species is independent from the others. When he died, what was before him was full. Don't think it is nuclei are phases of a peduncle cell. As for my mother's thinking, it's like this. And he doesn't stay still. Doesn't get stuck. Who really? He found evidence. Ending with the 4 torments that we referred to previously. As for my thinking, the doctrine of the emergence and extinction of ancient and current organisms in this world is based on the fact that it is due to human reasons. Evolution means what? The development of these conditions. Most of the reciprocity theory. Natural. We do not divorce Akek. This is nature. This is a characteristic feature of Darwin's theory of evolution. Because it is the theory of evolution, Yost specializes in Darwin. Open the phrase. To agree more. To be more consistent with what we know of the laws that the Creator imposed on water. He says this is what we say in gradualism. This is completely consistent with what? With all the other chewing gums. How gradual is it? These are also what? Also gradual. But who created it like AAEQ? The Creator filled us. To be more consistent with what we know of the laws that the Creator imprinted on matter, such as those laws that determine the birth of a monkey or an individual as a monkey, they are apparent. And his death to another. This is our God, Akik, who is in the knowledge of the dear ones. This book was written in the year 1550. We said that it was linked to all of the Matama kingdoms of the animal and Nabatean kingdoms and the additions. But it is linked to human beings and has never been linked to humans. I mean, no one would think that you, the book on the origin of species, smell what? They never smell a human. This is why there is a phrase also on the last pages of the book, page 590, this phrase seeks. He says he hints at the future. Opening fields for more significant research will establish a secularization of psychology on very basic foundations. This is that the necessary harvesting of all mental strength and competence occurs gradually. This sentence of gradualism made me crazy. Here is her plan: I will not give anyone's job a lot of paper behind Mulan. Gradually. Therefore, it is believed that the species evolved from all of them and reached what they have achieved in the knowledge of eternity through me as well. Through the law of mutation and suddenness, people are gradually free from the curse. Through the law of gradualism. This is meditating. He says he hinted. This will help them learn about the origin of humanity and its definition. So it applies now to humanity and those who oppress it. Lav says the future is the theory of erasure, that it is GNU. They would like to apply it to humans. From here, my dears, the fatwa came after a limit. Add with the Sunnah Maulana and Dafta A of the Sunnah and approximately 10 years. What remains of this theory regarding the origin of man? Hence, we will have a conversation with the theoretical in 2 sections. The first is related to the Darwinian theory of development through natural selection. What is less than man is the second origin, the subject. The second place is in applying the theory to my type. A human being about me. You will say to Shama and Almamayaz, say, I will come. He'll come. Barking this. Because if we accept the fatwa well, we are a winemaker who accepts who and even what is the first choice. But even if we accept the first noun, we will discuss ayin. We will discuss the second divisor. Look, dear ones, at the geometry of some, the research map. That is why you will find in the introduction, listen to Almazar, my condolences, on page 530, this is his phrase. He says that since the doctrine of evolution and compatibility was fermented, Darwin conceived it. It became clear to him through constant distortion that the essences change and change, so he could not escape the belief that man must exist in any universe they presented in the great historical sayings. Subject to the same year as all living things. As a warning to you, if he wants to apply the rules, he must declare that it is an analogy with a difference. It must be scientifically proven that this measurement is a GNU measurement. But if I think that the human being is with the difference after my sight, it is either Tatum or not. If he can turn to pure jokes. So I blamed her and said that I do not know what we have agreed upon, so I am pleased to explain it to you. Even when you respond, you discuss or formulate discussions. It contains definitions of where to discuss what from where they are surprised at this point of view. Zamir Dockham discusses. You are the definition of an example. He must win like this. He strengthens the one who submits to the same year to which all living things submit. If Nasser because Omar is what affects the living rather than man. In my view, human longing is linked to what is related to man. After his book was published, he insisted because in Omar. Naturalist Yuan accepted his general theory and thought about applying this theory to humans. So I leaned on the loins and said, gather them. Arrange them and balance them together. From it, conclusions can be drawn that follow from the conclusion that man emerges from the vantage point of this world. Why? Not of any sort or variety. This type is the lowest ending until the first alka or kila of the first buseba. It is closer to the high tick than to any other image of the living creature. Closer what? Closer to seer. He completed his book in 3 full years. And published it in February. 170. The highest fat 1170. 13 years after the publication of his book, Origin. Types of what is the origin of man or the origin of what? Or the origin of man, this is not the translation that was translated. The origin of man and the origin of man. Otherwise, unfortunately, this book has not reached my hand and I have not been able to obtain it. G. The origin of man, I said some, I said more. G. From here, my dears, as I told you. No, the discussion began with the fact that my theory is evolutionary, administrative, and mystical, with the basis of natural selection. First, where is my consolation in the origin of species? Secondly, where is my consolation in the origin of man? G. Well, come with us other than the human being in the Maccamishnah in the first place. In the first place, of course, I say to Asdar that the details of his paradise have not been devoid of details until now. Because if we want to discuss in detail, we will first begin by showing what the theory is. Full detailed. It also means that beautifying it and discussing it in detail is not possible. No points have begun to know the strength of the Zafawan's position. Then what do you say? But considering that we are going down, what do we propose? The theoretical foundations, with their general origins, became an integral part of the general foundations. One of its most important assets is the grading. So what is one of its most important symptoms? One of the most important is Shana. Say. Being disappointed is normal. Is it normal to be disappointed? Don't forget it is theoretical. The most important is what? It started from his bay. First, simple, well done. Otherwise, if it doesn't bother you. Nazrat Abdul Sabur Shaheen has no good news. Their human being is wherever he finds prosperity. But it differs from the theories. Darwin's theory. Ali Lawa. Come and console us regarding this matter. One of the most important challenges facing this theory is my condolences. An origin we referred to in the introduction to the chapters. We are it. They understand. We are it. If he responds, we give the theory to all living things. Meaning the 5 kingdoms that we referred to. From animals, plants, fungi and others. There is no theory that you are capable of launching. What is the explanation? Eat this man boom. Part of it. Eat this man boom. Is all of this possible? Now let's see the fossils. The source of gene evolution. These are sciences. Install or what? Denied. This is my condolences book after they printed it. But I only got the introduction, Maulana. The truth about creation and the theory of evolution. The author, Maulana Muhammad Fathallah, is the public opinion. This is Abu Apple Ku in Turkey Mulan. But rather. Apparently because he is the translator. Let's translate from Turkish. Let us unite. Or what do you see? The important thing is that Muhammad Fathallah said what was said. Book name. My condolences to the translator. Translate. Translate a book. Regarding Turkey, it is not because Dar al-Nile. To the printer and publisher. Second edition. 1014. And it will be folded 20 times. And the translator. Clear yet. And Archon Muhammad Ali Mulan. Clear translator. What is it? 1. G. Come with us on this page from this translator. From whom? Who wrote a book? The most authentic book. God willing, in his time. We tell you this is in it. It says there in the foreground on the ivory page. Every scientific theory seeks to interpretation of all or most of the phenomena related to it. For example, when you develop a theory, for example, what is light and the characteristics of light? In Tlaibad Malanjam. This is a theory that holds the secret for you. All this. If his mother, Haida, found her, he explained. 80% and the rest is GNU. If the theory is true. I rebuke you with falsehood. Correct. It's all our fault. Incomplete need. And here you find it. This is the theory of the development of violence. Where is this, Shazullah? Hey, grow it. This is modern. These assets are prepared. Why? Why? Let's end this if she lived it. It faces challenges and shortcomings. And defects. It can be explained and cannot be changed. This is what God Almighty wills when we stand, God willing, at a sunrise. We find that a lot of them are not what you are camouflaging. Basically, they are Mulan ideologues. What do you mean? I mean, send whoever wants what. To complete even 2 years of age by reciting the vision of Mulan. Mulan will come from their lie. Who lied to them? He just won't know if Nahariya has broken down. No son for what? Except Hai Mulan. Smart designer. He is willing to accept it and accept it. Milad kisses him. Milad kisses him. And this is Mulan, which you should call her, because this is the number of Al-Ia. Lost in knowledge. Humanity and religious knowledge in gender knowledge. She must. I will say. If we only look at the theory of evolution from this angle, we see it as a deficient theory in this regard. We rarely find some topics in which this theory does not provide any explanation for the problem. Overall, let's go crazy. If we look at the theory, we see that he solved this problem in his book The Origin of What and Consciousness. Or a glance. If it is solved, we will offer the solution. If this is what is in it. The first thing. Origin of insects. This theory does not provide an explanation of the origin of insects, even though they represent 100 animals in total. His 2 foundations, each one who struck the obelisk is connected to who Mulan is. Related to fossils, meaning terrestrial assets. Malik Mulan Plain. Elifmanin Balmia of the animal kingdoms. Except as I say it in Yallah with me as a father to them. This is Mulan. Ishan became the lights of hundreds of thousands without lights. Ishan evolved on Esses evolved. Commis Ladcowl. And be cruel to their homes. He wants a committee. Ha! Science wants dough. Science wants dough. Science wants fossils. Science wants dough. What does the mallet named Mulan teach? No, I won't divorce you for anything. Now I'm calling on you to say something about this. Details of what comes next in the book. This is the first thing. The second, security. Rodent evolution. He says this is a type of animal that is many different types. What are rodents? He says never, even though their numbers are up to and exceeding the number of mammals. To all the theoretical from one finger why. He says that never, even though their numbers increase and increase the number of mammals. To all the theoretical from one finger why. On the diet, he says that he did not expose it. To the macrim, nor the macrim, nor the macrim. If it is exposed to it, it will be exposed to it as a whole. It is one of the Tama Tama. The origin of aviators in all its forms. This was Floor. What happened? She became a pilot. How did you turn? What? From my land to what? To a bird. The origin of the flyer in all its forms is not completely known. As is known, there are 4 types of flying animals. Insects. Birds. Some colostrum. You are the one who saved me. Some creeps on the plane. It was this. It is certain that it does not exist in public. It does not advance the theory of evolution. That is, the answer to the question is how. The 2 pilots appeared. What about these animals? What has evolved? It became 2 birds. So, what is wrong with a theory that does not explain 90% of the phenomena that are of benefit to us, even if only one of them? You cannot attribute phenomena to it. As long as these large percentages of phenomena are unknown and unexplained by tribalism. How can it be considered a correct theory given the theory of money? Are you willing to accept that you say that the barbecue is buttery? Need research? This is what he said. Where in the circles of what? In the circle of animal kingdoms. Now we want to go down. Leave that. Rager. Previous ability to speak successfully. This means that the theory of gradual evolution by natural selection can explain to us all the animal kingdoms. It's all from us. To remind you of Maja. A question. In a few previous episodes, I mentioned that there is a problem with humanity and they called it the missing link. I mean, from me, John. Before the first search, Gino led you. This step-by-step process. Leave under the genu line. These simple cells have been transformed into a million different types. Not so. Each type has billions of cells. Will we get our hands on him? On the false like. We will lay our hands on Ibn Awamth. We put our hand on the pig. Their certainty is the payment. The simple one. What turned molar? Pig. In the middle, what if? Gradations of billion years. This means that a person is 500 million years old and 1 billion years old. This is a pre-human nigga. Then you change it, 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 so if it is transformed from the first cell. Except for the support of a pig who does not like it once. No, I didn't get up. Dead fodder type. What? From some ground guess. As crazy as a pig. This type is crazy. This happened through evolution according to natural selection. With all of this. However, after that, 3 billion years. A pig walked. If you are satisfied, Your Excellency. Let this go. If you want 1 million types. And thattrot for every type. To reach the highest level. It requires going through the stages. Because it is possible for the possible. Very impossible. They say the beekeeper. Because this is a very meadow. Ha! In billions of years, there is no heart for hundreds of fodder. And he really needs it. It needs plenty of water. I made our fodder and made it. I suppose Grandpa. 10 or more million types. There is no need for fossils, paleontology, and the camels are exalted. Mulan's most famous millions. No, I said, we were nothing like that. True to them, true. This is the problem with the missed episode. What a missed episode. They say OBA. In terms of hypothesis, what is not a hypothesis problem? But it is scientific evidence for it. There is and there is not. Nothing. Nothing. Respond to international scientific evidence, Alibaba. This pig. Are you being ashamed of yourself and sending us away like a human being? Because he is the same, because he is a human being, we are considered the same. Is there the same? Is there the same? And depth exists. Why? Because it is the evolution of humanity, one after the other, that has evolved from it. Proximity development. Not like that. Is this being done? Is this Marshajat? It extends temporally and spatially and takes natural and even obvious selection on the earth. Not like that. This is why you enter into species proximity to you. Why? Why is he staying to keep you away? Or birth? Uncle? Far and near. Ha! Far away. Why is it close? Because in terms of the big perpetrators, they are closer to it. If they need more time, then the challenge that he faced, and that is to clear your mind, which is that it is no less, according to paleontology, and according to the knowledge of what, and according to paleontology, and according to paleontology or paleontology, call it whatever you want, there is something that affects this claim, or what about one species rather than a million species? Sign from here, tell us that all the research for all the masters has an immortal impact on studies. What studies in some type of animal? Is there a wolf or a slug? Are these two species? After Mulan, they have species. In the International Encyclopedia, it says, a wolf and an eagle are of the same species, but it is a species. Why? Because they mate. Why do they mate? They do not mate. A meaningful question. Two genders. One of them is a walrus between them and us. This species is a wolf, a wolf. It passed by after a while until it became. What did it become? A wolf is a wolf. We are a wolf. We know your humiliation, and from here the fetchalism is good, and from here the most arrogant group of those who believe in the theory of evolution is that they delete the degree of gradualism from theory because they found the deformity of the degree of progression, and there is no such thing as what you said was human. The face of this animal is white, what is the matter with the bird? Once upon a time, he made a joke. Who said, I believe this, we are most important to us, go crazy with the theory, go crazy with the theory of pushing, what is the matter with me? He came up with the theory of propulsion, come with us, page of Arbat Ash Mullah, unless they believe in the theory of propulsion, Mullah. From the introduction, page of Arbat Ash Mullah, Al-Tafjid says, and this abject failure in obtaining this united Jared is what prompted some of the West Tour scientists to search for a way out of this great predicament, because he is able to find a way out of this great predicament, and there is no one to unite. The fungus and all of this here needs what it needs. I told you that we are in the right place to say that we impose the hypothesis of non-existence for those who are saved, but what remains is that it remains a hypothesis that is not a scientific proof that it will help me. Maybe it will come to me in the future. The codes of what is higher in the future showed them to Nestle Tawuri. As for the fact that scientific evidence has been prepared for this, he says that he is what prompted some evolutionary scientists to search for a way out of these dilemmas that threaten to destroy the integrity of evolution, so the first of them to do so and so is the first to raise it. The latest theories are that evolution happened suddenly and without transitional stages. Why did they suggest this? Is it that we have crossed the hybrid theory of the house and gone crazy with modern development, and you know how modern it is, now full? Originally theoretical and intellectually, I mean, like the annoyance of intellectual development, there is an originality, the smoothness of other things, with the meaning of its nuclei, which remains until it is forgotten. They take cover for my knowledge, and the scientific love of a name from it is not cured, because it insults the love of the British lover. It is important for us to raise the three-dimensionality of the founder, Mulan, and the emptiness of the three-dimensionality of the founder, full-bodied, managed. If God takes others, I envy, we fall into something like this. In reality, I mean, other than the theory, on a melody that says, suddenly, and without. The rest of the parable happened. The collapse happened. It happened that a creeper laid an egg and a divorce came out of it. It was shortened. Say, oh Bligish, it has become good. It's amazing. Oh, buy it. And if I reach the studio, treat me with a dullness. These changes are formal in the studio. Treat me with a dullness. And the studio treated me. He says, two young men. It's not your problem. A dispute has yet happened between me and God. It's something. A person deserves you to talk to him, and he doesn't deserve to be between me. Stand up. I led you. I want to respect him. You are free, but this one is wary of yourself, and you are wary of your stronghold, and you do not respect, as you respect, that you fight among them, and God made for me a dimension when the generation of the second place came, so alone came to know you the human being. He says, this human being has the dignity of the float, of the, that everything has been subjected to him. This existence for his sake is what God created him in my image. He insists on being a blind substance on the level of the donkeys and the monkey. Stubbornness, but he wants to say, I came from me, not my cousins, the monkey. According to God, there are no blind people and no one wants to be saved. I respond to it. Say, you are this human being. We have indeed been honored among Adam. Indeed, they came in honor, and all the evidence is what the justice says. All of them say, this type differs from the mind of Anwa and Asobi. I will explain to you the explanation, and your right is the time. I started with you. I am she. Bao Asa. Mulan. Abba Asa. Badawaran Al-Ada. It is an explanation that I should stand by him, and I would like a pile of stacks to stand in, playing with a nest of evidence. Oh, I have a whole period of time for me. This is land. They answer him first, and the people of the theory found that it is folding. Did it all start from where? From Yasha, from one cell, I am no longer a relish. All of the howls became a flight, 2 birds became, 2 bats became, 2 pigs became, a monkey became, a boat, a quagmire. I will stop it, but this human being is launching it, it is going to be civilizations to the Anvanilla. We are still one civilization in a week, 20 civilizations and 5 existing civilizations, and it has stopped. Search and perfection, and he died and said, is the animal of this subtle election the most complete, and the rest with the secret of this thing? It turns out that I am a designer, remember my jokes, the rest will come and the rest will be broken by you, and I will curse you with their decision that the scum of this consistency cannot be answered. Why did all the rest, the laxatives of the air, stop developing with the symmetry of the twerking? This is nature. Why is there a long friendship from the strongest that has come to you, and that is why I said that he would respect the least answer. He respects the least of what you forget about something between me and God. If he responds, he says, rather, it all happened with success and success. What is clear evidence is the consolation of the judge Ali Lawa. This is their most important concern. This is why you will find in the encyclopedia the condolences of the Encyclopedia of Majna, the 25th of the Arab World Encyclopedia. There it says, and for this reason, I forgave Thumio and 7050 in the left column. For this reason, the quality development developers resorted to saying that the mutation saw the status of the grading issue, so it was deleted. A weak and strengthened corner of the theory. If the theory has not gradually faded yet, it is for something else. This is good. Delay. This is good. Delay. This theory is new. A strengthened development. It is finished. And if it is not a development, I am struck by a development of a koan. Corruption means that we do not reject Ibn Sina. It is fundamentally fundamental. It is not easy to change your mind, but it has changed. From the engineers of Hessan Madriya, why did he thank SARS-fed marshes for not saying to explain the differences that happen between beings, claiming that the destruction of the natural begins and its work among the living things in which mutations occur and are cut off, but my hand works. Its worlds destroy the natural, but it works on a paradise on a sudden basis, but it works on even a paradise, but the sudden mutation is lost. It goes on. It is gradual. It works and it does not work. It does not work. This is a saying between them, anything, a mutation, anything, a departure from anything, 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 and that is why I fell asleep reading to you. I mean, Dodgen, when he arrived at this deportation, how hot is he, how hot is he, how hot is he hits Ansley, what does he say, Dad, you don't see anything between me, and my father, nor that he is the one who suffers from a lot of people who suffer from the suffering of Ibril Shah. I will read to you, and all or try to strike the best habit from himself, from yourself, someone who is accused. To say that it is the root of your accusing self, he says, and by mutation he means the changes that occur in the nature of the hereditary factor or the codes of inheritance, i.e., such and such, through plan or coincidence. What is the change in the meanings of new genetic traits? I hope the genetic traits will appear to have many types, and what types will have a fullness of 80 degrees. The writer clears up his murmur and says, between me and God, it's a shame, it's possible that we interfere in the genetic reserve, that they change that, but that, now, it is fixed in the genetic architecture that they produce, but until it is certain that it hurts that they change the genetic reserve, there are types of good things. Rather, in his opinion, it all happens because the wallet is organized and individual in form, just by mixing with it, leading to positive, bad, negative, and bad effects, and that is why they say morphology, and so it is all from two parts of the world. Mutations are likely to be positive because of the mutations that do not indicate plant origin. He does not say that it is proven that the genetic change is due to what happens in the blood until development and integration. This is proven by two sciences. I accept from you, but the Bet Alaman, this is what he broadcast. Science also came with what proves the error of the new evolutionists, just as it corrected the error of their predecessors. It has become clear to the scientists that tampering with the molecules of heredity only leads to negative effects, and you assume that the movement of air is always negative and positive. This is all positive, of course. Let us, God Almighty willing, when we arrive at the second law of thermodynamics, that it is basically the universe in the direction of integration and in the direction of evolution in theory, not in the direction of physics. Then, you want to solve the problem with your face. Explain it. I say, with a smile and a shine for the physicist. They will be if the theory is not with his face. Explain the law. Sean Tad Gal. This is because it has prepared the phase. The second law of thermodynamics is that it is things that are lost. Guide you. All energy is original even in tidal matters. Let the mud of our Maulana Shisa Mulan, and whoever we build, Nunk, has sex with him in the creation, and he is a deviant. This is the disease of prolapse in them because it is part of it. And we will send my Quran until it is Tadgal. I say because not every day, but you will find all of these evidences are rewarded by the certainty of the physicist. The second law in physics is thermal, and he is the one who makes the kamaja from her. It is not the most important of my specialists and its meaning. Be in the science of glory, and that from the fact that I say, if I convey Farshur and Bakri Kulasai, this is the plan of the responsible person from him, Asa, by the transmitter, that I am a specialist, yes, in the religious sciences, in knowledge, and that he builds his generosity, I defend us in what is responsible for him, and the shame of the other is this deficiency. Signed, I am inside two debts with me before another that it is true and false, and this is the nature of research bankruptcy, and be in your knowledge the nature of bankruptcy in your knowledge the nature of bankruptcy in your knowledge when natural matters are transmitted, and knowledge is also in nature. All of them are signed principles correct. On this basic interpretation of Mulan we will not quote after some other challenges God except the day of the grandson in God Almighty, and praise be to God, Lord of the world.